All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Under the Bridge Sports. Coming at you on Friday, September 13th. Well, I guess Saturday, September 13th. My bad, just over midnight. We're doing late night work, but we're going to get into all of it today. Today, we're going to recap some of the football games that have already happened this week. Uh, jump into a college football preview for all the games coming up tomorrow, or I guess this morning, this afternoon, tonight. Ah, hit up some of the headlines, some of the crazy stuff I've been seeing going on in the sports world. We'll go over some of that. We'll get into a little soccer talk too. Uh, what I like to call Redneckaldo. Y'all understand once we get there. Got another new segment we're breaking out today called Talk It, where I'm going to drop a few hot takes for the weekend, and then we'll recap it coming out of the weekend, starting next week. See how we did, and then go through some of the other familiar segments we've got going on so far. Lost and Found, the Bat Bunker, and then wrap her up. So, got a couple things we're going to be going through today. And let's go ahead and jump into it. I guess let's start with some of the headlines going around in the sports world. First and foremost, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers just getting dog walked by Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre doing a investigation or investigative journalism, I guess you could say, if some of y'all haven't seen that. He obtained some documents that looked like Kawhi Leonard was getting paid under the table through a fake tree company. And the VP also involved, a whole bunch of stuff, but Pablo's just dropping nuggets, letting the Clippers deny it, and then hitting them over the head with something he already had, let him walk into a trap. Pretty impressive stuff. If you want to listen to the full thing, figure it out. Go to listen to Pablo's podcast. Pablo Torre finds out. Uh, Pardon me if I butchered that, but he does good shit over there. So interesting stuff going on with Kawhi and the Clippers, like full on just cheating. Pretty serious stuff if it all shakes out and how these investigations go. A couple other headlines I saw: Dolphins holding the player only meeting, which when we go into our NFL preview, which we'll be doing tomorrow, definitely dive in that some more. But one weekend and doing a players only meeting is threat level midnight. That's some pretty bad shit. And I don't think it looks good for the Dolphins. Anybody that saw my earlier segment of McDaniels being the first coach fired, I think we nailed it, fellas and ladies. No offense to the ladies out there, but I think we nailed that shit. We'll see. I don't want to toot my own horn, count my eggs before they hatch. But yeah, players only meeting in the first week. No bueno. Um, Del Pitt talking shit to Derrick Henry, uh, which usually doesn't turn out well, but saying he's not hard to bring down. We're going to get another Derrick Henry stiff arm meme. Del Pitt's going to get shoved to the crust of the earth, so we'll see how that goes. But barking up the wrong tree there. Very bad idea. If you've ever dealt with Henry, no reason to talk shit. Absolutely none. Proven enough. Um, Other thing, going back to the NBA, besides Kawhi, Adam Silver calling the NBA a highlight league. If anybody saw that clip when he was doing a press conference and a breakdown, um, not the brightest thing I've ever heard a commissioner say in my life. That is top two, and it's not two worst answers of all time about fans being able to watch their favorite teams, watch other teams, enjoy as much of the action as possible, and just call it a highlight league. Um, which I think sort of explains why there's just some bottom level teams. He just Something about his character and the way he manages the NBA I don't like. No offense to him, seems like a good guy, but I don't like the way the NBA is going. And you're calling it a highlight league. A lot of the teams are just bottom bottom of the barrel, yet still dishing out insane contracts just for no results. I think the NBA is a lot more than that, and it just needs to be put in the right direction, held to the right standards, be held accountable. And I think there's plenty of ways to get good free content access for the fans to see all the games. Maybe not even free, but if fans want it and you make a good product, they'll go find it. They'll buy it. Just my 2 cents on that. Just a couple headlines I wanted to hit there. We're going to jump right into the Thursday Night Football recap. Green Bay against the Washington Commanders at Lambeau Field. The Packers wearing their all-white unis, which I love them, but rolling them out so early in September, week 2, and what are we doing? Wait until the snow, the cold weather, the frozen tundra. Roll them bad boys out. Stomp face with them when the games are big, energy's high, everybody's freezing their nuts off. I thought that was interesting, but hey, that's just my opinion. Green Bay looked good again. Jordan Love still pretty good, almost 300 yards, 2 TDs, took a couple sacks, but ran the ball a little bit, not too bad. Josh Jacobs, bell cow, ran the hell out of that thing. Not a bunch of huge explosive stuff, just steady Eddie, 84 yards and a tud. Tucker Kraft balling out, 6 catches for 124 yards, a tutty. Almost a 60-yard bomb he had at one point. Dontavian Wicks looking pretty good. I mean, they just got an absolute revolving door at wide receiver. They can choose whoever they want, and whoever's feeling good that night, let him go. See what happens next week. Sort of how I feel they approach it. Defense still looks good. I mean, Jane Daniels didn't have much time. On his hands, he couldn't really scramble around as much as he really wanted to or is used to. And the run game for Washington just couldn't get going. Turns out Micah Parsons, pretty good addition. Pretty good guy to have on your fucking defense. Yeah, I mean, Green Bay's looking good. I hate to say it. I got a buddy that's been a Green Bay fan all his life. Yeah, they might be going to the Super Bowl. They might be legit. If Jordan Love's consistent, just like he has been so far, looking pretty good, and their wide receivers just show up as they need to when they need to, and they don't all drop the ball, no pun intended, on the same day. Josh Jacobs is going to do what he needs to for you. The defense is going to stand on their head, it looks like. NFC isn't as tough as the AFC. I mean, you got the Eagles, you got the Lions maybe, but we'll see. Lions, Packers got to face off twice this season, obviously. I think it'll be pretty interesting. But they look damn good. Washington's still fine, though. I thought they looked pretty good. Jaden had to throw the ball way too much. They just couldn't get the run game going. That pretty much sums it up. Zach Ertz looked all right. McLaurin looked all right. Debo, fine. Yeah, losing Austin Eckler sucked. That was tough for him. But it's a little Bills time. I think he'll be pretty damn good. He looked fine for the 4 carries he had. But them getting rid of B-Rob and this happening is a little bit of a tough scene. I think they'll be able to power through it, though. Their defense should be fine. They'll keep building. Should keep progressing over the season. Jaden's still Jaden. He's not going to have to throw the ball that much or have to deal what he dealt with here against Green Bay. So I think they'll be all right. They'll still be contending, fighting along. So we'll see. They just got to progress, clean up the couple things they need to. Jaden got sacked a couple times. A few times, actually. I mean, yeah. Still some pretty good play out of him. Bobby Wagner having a pretty damn good night. Getting quite a few tackles, doing his thing. Sanistrill, Lattimore, Not too bad. Um, yeah, I did see Frankie Louvu just get absolutely flattened at the goal line. That was pretty tough for him, but hey, they'll bounce back. I mean, let me see. Let me make sure I'm not remembering wrong here. Yeah, they got not the worst schedule ahead. Raiders, Falcons, Chargers, Bears, Cowboys. Um, Next five, they should come out all right. I mean, they don't have as easy of a schedule as they did last year, but they'll be all right. They should be able to get through that fair enough. After that, it gets a little hairy. You got Kansas City and Detroit and Denver, but they're all spaced out every other week, so might just be going 500 through that little stretch right there. Just be good enough. Stick around for that wild card spot probably, unless Eagles or Cowboys do something crazy, but I don't imagine that. Yeah, not bad. Good performance out of Green Bay. They'll keep on trucking. Commies should bounce right back. Not worried about it. Not the worst Thursday night football game we could have had, so I'll take it. Good watch. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty excited to see where both of those teams go. Don't want to admit it for Green Bay, but it is what it is. Moving on, I'll do a little college football recap here. Just some of the games that happened last night. Some of the games that happened tonight. Just sitting here watching the end of this New Mexico UCLA game. If y'all follow my bets, we got New Mexico plus 15.5, something crazy like that. They're going to win the game outright by almost 3 scores. Nico and UCLA just bad, and that was the whole reason I bet against them. That was right, so can't complain too much there. I had a pretty good night overall. So, go 3-0 on the bet side, but we'll talk to that later. If y'all haven't noticed, I will speak on that. I do try to keep talking about the sport and the bets separate. Just feel like that's the fair thing to do. People that just want to listen about the sports, listen to the takes, recaps, all that, they can enjoy that. I'll leave the bets at the end. Y'all get to that point, you can skip right over it. Try not to mix those two together too much. That's just the way I see it. That way, everybody can enjoy how they want to enjoy. Keep it broke up, keep it fair. And we'll start with some Thursday night college football. NC State taking on Wake Forest. In Wake Forest, Wake Forest came out, looked pretty good the first half. Got up 24-17. Up a score, not too bad. And then they just came out in the second half and literally laid goose eggs. Didn't score anything else. NC State got a tud in the third. Rallied, capped it off in the fourth. Played good. NC State looks pretty damn good. Wake Forest not too bad. I mean, ACC's a little soft, but NC State not bad. A little sleeper to cause some chaos this year, I would say. Beat Eastern Carolina, beat Virginia, beat Wake Forest on the road. Then they got Duke, Virginia Tech. They do have a road game against Notre Dame and Pitt. Those are going to be tough, but yeah, it gets a little tough on this back end. Notre Dame, at Pitt, at home against Georgia Tech, who's sneaky good, I'll say. Just my opinion. We'll see. That's a lot of game left until they play. And then at Miami, at home against Florida State, at home against UNC. So they could maybe get off to 6-0 here. And then it's going to get real choppy for them. But they could cause some chaos. For somebody. Really fuck somebody's day up. I mean, not so much with, amount of spots for the playoff this year, but, going forward than last year, but y'all know what I mean. And then the games tonight. Indiana just blew the doors off Indiana State, 73-0. They look fine. Signetti looks like still Signetti, so no notes there. Did what they were supposed to. Maybe a little bit more. Syracuse walked Colgate. To be expected. Syracuse has looked a little I mean, it is Syracuse. I know we're not expecting nothing crazy. No disrespect to my Central New York people, but I mean, hey, they looked a little shaky every now and then. They did what they're supposed to. I mean, they got walked by Tennessee, had that crazy comeback against UConn, and that's that. Took care of business tonight at the Carrier Dome, whatever it's called now. It's Carrier Dome to me, always will be. Against Colgate, Houston pretty much just controlled Colorado right out the gates. Got up 10-0. Colorado made a little bit of a fight back, came back, and then Houston just grabbed it by the reins, took over, and wrapped that game up. Yeah, Colorado not looking good. I was a believer in the Coach Prime Dion type shit. But the results just aren't there. I mean, I know it's Colorado. I wasn't ever your craziest upper echelon blue blood, but still a good school. I thought Dion would be able to turn it around and do something good. I mean, he has made it something, put it on the map a little bit more than it was before, but just results aren't happening right now. Not the worst conference to be in. I mean, I know they did get shifted around a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech's not bad. On the road to Houston by 16, and then got an onslaught coming up. This could be a bad season for Colorado, and I don't know about the whole Dion experiment. It's getting a little ropey. We'll see. I mean, always wanted the best for Coach Prime, but gotta walk it if you talk it, big dog. He knows that. He did during his career, but coaching a little bit different. Another game, Arizona versus Kansas State. At Arizona, looked good out the gates. Got up 17-3 first half. Looked like they had control of it. And Kansas State flipped it on its head in the third. Came back, rallied, got it tied up. 17-17. Arizona got a field goal. And then they just sort of controlled the fourth. Kansas State didn't look too good in the fourth. I mean, neither of them did really in the second half after Kansas State just popped those two off quick. That 75-yard run and that little, 13-yard drive they had after the turnover. So, yeah, I mean, Kansas State just doesn't look impressive. Avery Johnson, thought he was going to be a little bit of a something. Not really seeing it out of him, but we'll see. Arizona not looking too bad either themselves. They got a little bit of a decent road ahead of them, but really not the worst. I mean, got to go on the road to Iowa State next week. I mean, road game's tough, but could do something there. And then they got Oklahoma State, BYU, Houston, Colorado, Kansas, Cincinnati, Baylor, Arizona State. Not the craziest, the worst schedule. Could make a little noise. Not going to do anything too crazy. And then last but not least, New Mexico, UCLA in Los Angeles. Big upset here as I let off the show. Yeah, New Mexico State, 2-score underdogs plus, and they come out and they win 35-10, it looks like. Yeah, knee in and out, 35-10. Nico does not look good. Tennessee, good read, Tennessee. Hey, get your bag, Nico. Don't blame you. You got your bag, you'll need it. Because, yeah, he's looking rough, and New Mexico just playing pretty damn good. Looked good tonight. I was actually impressed with them, and they walked them. Big road win for them. So, props. Not too bad. I'll give them that much. But, yeah. Not too bad. Start of the week for football. some pretty good games, some pretty interesting ones. That Arizona Kansas State was all right. Colorado Houston, New Mexico just walking them, so it wasn't that crazy. Um, NFL was pretty good. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, which we're just going to go ahead and jump right into now. We're going to get right into our college football preview. Start with the top 25 teams, top 25 matchup. See what we got. Starting off in the early slate, just going in chronological order here. We got Oregon, Northwestern, and Northwestern, Oregon on the road. Oregon been looking just like they should. Dan Lanning team, solid. I mean, not a real test yet. Not really going to get one until the end of this month when they're on the road at Penn State, which is going to be a riot of a game. Looking forward to watching that one, but I mean, yeah, walked Montana State, walked Oklahoma State, even worse, surprisingly, which, I mean, got their bearings in week one, bounced to that one. And yeah, now to Northwestern, and then Oregon State before going to Penn State. I think Oregon's going to whoop the snot out of them. Their quarterback, Dante Moore, solid, real solid, no interceptions, 6 TDs, pretty good. Rushing, good. Defense, good. But like I said, not really had to be tested. I had to play too much of the starters after getting up to such big leads. Northwestern is all right. I mean, Tulane worked them. Tulane's a good team. Summerall's a good coach. If you guys haven't heard my takes on them before, I like Summerall. I like Tulane. One of the best color schemes in college football. Mascots. I just like the way they do business over there right now. They got beat by them on the road, and then they bounced back against Western Illinois. Did their job like they're supposed to. I mean, yeah, I've seen enough slaughters out of Oregon so far this season through 2 weeks. And I think there's another one right there on the horizon. I think that's about it on the game. Don't need to go any more depth on that one. That's just sort of how it is. Moving on, we got Clemson, Georgia Tech. Clemson on the road, another top 25 team on the road here. Clemson not looking their best to start the season. I mean, lost to LSU at home, had a rock fight against Troy at home last week, and they've just sort of been trying to squeak through it here. And they have to go on the road and get a test against Georgia Tech, who's not bad. I mean, nothing crazy, but when you look at them, quarterback, all right. Running back, pretty good. Receivers, all right. I mean, the way Clemson has looked, it wouldn't surprise me if they got knocked off here. They dropped to 1-2. I mean, I don't think Klubnik's looked really good at all. Their running game's been by committee, and they're trying to figure it out, but haven't yet. I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. Clemson, I mean, they've had a couple tests pretty early on and had to fight through some stuff. I think Dabo can still get them ready to go, get them up for when they really need to, and we'll see. This is going to be the truth right there. I wouldn't be surprised though. Would not be surprised if Clemson got upset there. Road games are always tough, especially in college football. Anything can happen. It's chaotic. That's the beauty of it. I mean, Clemson should have a bounce back week somewhere in here, but they could have another test right here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rock fight to the end again. Moving on to the next one, Oklahoma Temple. Oklahoma should take care of business. Not super impressed with Oklahoma. I mean, they did beat Michigan, but Michigan I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if they're really legit or not either. But they should take care of business on the road here at Temple as well. Yeah, I mean, Temple doesn't really pose a threat to anybody. Um, I mean, I know they are 2-0, so I will put some respect on their name right now. And I could be totally wrong, but just usually Temple, they'll they'll win a couple games they're supposed to, and yeah, and just have to get their heads chopped a couple times. Oklahoma should take care of business there, but hey, another road game. I mean, Oregon, Clemson, Oklahoma, three straight out the gate on the road. Could be chaotic. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw one of them go down. Oregon, I would be very surprised, actually. Georgia Tech, wouldn't surprise me too much. Temple probably would surprise me. But I'm not a big believer in Venables. Um, that's just me. We'll see. We'll see. Um, then we got the real boys, my boys, Alabama. Roll Tide, Crimson Tide, baby. At home against Wisconsin. Um, Wisconsin looks all right. I know. Um, they lost their quarterback, or yeah, not quarterback. Sorry. Oh no, yeah, quarterback. I'm losing my mind. Late night, see. Sorry, folks. I'll get there eventually. I'll get there. You just got to give me a minute. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Wisconsin hasn't looked terrible. Hasn't had a real test. I mean, I know Miami, Ohio was a little bit tough, but Alabama still. I mean, Florida State does look like a good team, so maybe not the worst loss for Alabama. They did bounce back last week, toss up 73. Looks like they responded to DeBoer, which is a big thing for me. We'll see if they can do it again. This will really set the tone going forward, I believe. I mean, tough break out the gates, but hey, it's week one. Anything can happen. Trying to get your bearings, get settled, get it all figured out. Then they answered next week. They show up big. They show up big tomorrow. Beat Wisconsin, handle business, beat them by a couple scores. I think a lot of people have faith back in DeBoer. I never really lost it. I mean, I believed in him. Yeah, in the moment it sucks. It blows. It's not the standard we're used to, but not always going to have a Bear Bryant or Nick Saban. You got to go through some of those lulls every now and then, but DeBoer's shown he's been a winner. I think he'll continue to do so. SEC's a different game. You got to step up recruiting wise, competition wise. It's a gauntlet every year, and you gotta be ready for it. You gotta have some shit to you, a little piss and vinegar. It's just what it is, and I think he'll be all right. See you tomorrow. I'll be tuning in. Uh, Next up, we got Michigan at home against Central Michigan. Y'all know I got a little bias to Central Michigan. But I don't know. I mean, Michigan did get beat by Oklahoma on the road last week. It didn't look the best. Bryce Underwood didn't look great. I mean, they have some things to clean up. Central Michigan did just get walked by Pitt. I think Michigan should answer here. They should be all right. Wouldn't be surprised if it's close and it's a little bit back and forth. Not really back and forth, but you look around and Central Michigan's hanging around there for a little bit. Their defense is decent. They got tore up by Pitt last week, unfortunately. But their defense is decent. They like running the ball, having time of possession. So, if Michigan can't really pull away early or cause some turnovers, get some defensive points, I mean, Central Michigan could just be lingering around there for a little while, and Michigan slowly start to expand that. I think Michigan gets it done at home though. They should. Next up, we got Auburn against South Alabama. I'm not a believer in Hugh Freeze or Auburn, and I know it's partially because I'm an Alabama fan, but I try to take all the bias out of it. I'm just not a believer. I don't believe in Arnold. I don't believe in Freeze. Um, I think they'll get exposed soon enough. They get South Alabama, then they go on the road to Oklahoma, on the road to Texas A&M, at home against Georgia, at home against Missouri, on the road to Arkansas, home against Kentucky, Vandy, Mercer, Alabama. They'll get their test, they'll get exposed, they'll get shown. But I think they take care of business here like they're supposed to against South Alabama at home, move on to 3-0, and we'll look to the gauntlet they got ahead next week. Next up, Missouri against Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. Missouri looking pretty good. Drink looks pretty good. I like him as a coach. I think he's decent. Um, they played a pretty good ball game against Kansas last week, who's pretty good themselves. Louisiana, usually all right for their conference. Their quarterback, I don't know about this year. So Missouri should take care of business at home tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Same thing goes for this next game, Penn State against Villanova. Penn State should blow the fucking doors off of them. End of discussion. On to 3-0. Try again next week. And then probably, well, one of the biggest game. One of the three ranked versus ranked games on this fine Saturday. And it's Georgia on the road at Tennessee. 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Big SEC showdown early in the year. Gets two rivals. Should be a good game. I mean, two probably real-looking contenders right now. I mean, you can never doubt Kirby Smart. He's going to have his team's chip on their shoulder. Doubted somehow. I don't know how. He learns that shit from Saban. You know? Tennessee looking pretty damn good out the gates. Their coach can coach them up. Aguilar. I like the way the kid's looked. He's got his shot and he's rose to the occasion. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we'll probably get a little bit of a shootout here. Georgia's defense really hasn't been tested. Tennessee's defense is working out some kinks, it looks like. I'm going to have a good old SEC shootout here. The only thing that does make me nervous is I just don't know if I really trust Stockton. Gives me that Stetson Bennett vibe, but which I know is a tough look because Bennett did win a chip, but just gives me that vibe like you can't really trust him when you need to. But that was Alabama's formula for a while with Jim McCarron, Jake Coker. You never was like, wow, this guy's really jumping out the gym here. But they got the job done. They did everything they needed to with what they had. They got the job done. Can't blame them. So maybe that's a Gunnar Stockton thing. We'll see. But like I said, Aguilar looks good. I think it'll be a good game. A lot of eyeballs going to be watching that one tomorrow. I will be. Road games are always tough. Conference games are always tough. Rivalry games are always tough. We'll see. I'm saying it could be a shootout, but these two could just come out and try to knock each other's teeth out. Lockdown defense. We'll be watching. Next up, we got Texas Tech at home against Oregon State. Oregon State, I mean, it's a tough scene out there for the last of the Pac-12. Feel bad for them, but Texas Tech should take care of business here. I mean, they got an offense. They're looking like the Air Raid Red Raiders again. I mean, I know the running back is putting up some yards, but more not looking bad. And just Oregon State just doesn't look good. They took some losses to Cal and Fresno early in the year. Well, early in the year, it's the first 2 weeks. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, I think Texas Tech should take care of business at home. Allen Lubbock, no problem. Next up, Iowa State on the road to Arkansas State. Weird one. Just one of them home and homes. Iowa State should take care of business. Rocco Beck, just fine. Arkansas State doesn't really pose a threat to me, but it is a road game. Shit could get wicked. You never know. But Iowa State coming off a big win against Iowa. I think Their juices are flowing. They're moving pretty good this season. Handled everything they needed to. Arkansas State just got walked by Arkansas. Should be the same thing. Um, Basically the same story with this next game. Texas is against UTEP at home in Austin. Texas should walk them. Um, Texas, similar to Alabama. Tough week one. I mean, Arch going to probably one of the hardest environments to really start your career officially. At the shoe against the defending champs. And, I mean, lost by a score 14-7, nothing crazy, nothing special. But they answered. They beat San Jose State 38-7. Didn't really jump off anything crazy. But hey, they got the job done. They looked a little bit better. They should continue to progress here against UTEP, who, yeah, I mean, lost on the road to Utah State by 12, and then got another win, but nothing impressive. And then one of the next big games of tomorrow at 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. Yes, I'm Central Time. I'll always say it first. That's just how it is. Best time to watch sports. Personal opinion. It is what it is. But yeah, big game. Miami versus South Florida. South Florida on the road in Miami. Miami looking good. Cristobal looking like he's got a pretty good squad for him. But USF has been just whacking teams left and right. Came out week one, whacked Boise. Was Boise really a ranked team? That's up for debate. Still film to be seen on that. Then they went on the road to the Swamp and whacked Florida at the fucking knees. Can they do it again against Miami? I mean, Miami had a big win against Notre Dame at home. Barely got out of there a little bit, but still a dub. And then they took care of business against Cookman last week, 45-3. I think this game is going to be closer than most people think. I mean, it's a big test for USF, and probably a position they're not used to being in. Undefeated primetime game on the CW network, everybody's favorite. Yeah, I mean, can they live up to it? I would love the Cinderella story. Give me that shit all day, every day. That's the beauty of college sports, and that's the stuff I love the most. So yeah, show that to me. I wouldn't be mad. Is it just as possible that Miami just walks all over them and brings them back down to earth? Absolutely. But hey, I'll be taking a peek, seeing how that's shaking out. I think it'll be a pretty good game still. Maybe one of those where USF is sitting there giving it all they've got in the first half, hanging in there, and then Miami just finally gets their grip and pulls away, takes off, and that's it. We'll see. I hope it's fun. I hope it's a fun game. That's all I can say. Next up, not until late session, 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern, Ohio State against Ohio. Ohio State should take care of business at home against Ohio. No worries there. Sort of the same situation here with Illinois, Western Michigan, who Illinois, number 9. I mean, I know they got some big games coming up. They got some tests. But at home against Western Michigan, who's 0-2. Shouldn't be a problem. Should handle business there. Another SEC showdown. Arkansas on the road at Ole Miss. I think it'll be a pretty good game. I mean, I'll never doubt Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. But Arkansas not looking too bad. I mean, obviously not really tested, but for what it was, what it is, they've looked all right. I mean, Ole Miss, was in a little bit of a scrap there with UK. It could happen again with Arkansas. That's SEC ball, but I think it's going to be a shootout, a classic Ole Miss shootout. Ole Miss's defense is all right, not really. And they always toss up points. Lane's always aggressive. I think Arkansas can do the same. I think that'll be a good game. Nice little points game there. Late night, just to see some crazy action. I'll take it. Next up, we got LSU against Florida. It's number 3 versus an unranked, but I mean, yeah, Florida took that loss to USF, who we're trying to figure out. Didn't really have a test in LIU, Long Island. LSU took care of business against Clemson on the road. That was big week 1. I mean, beat Louisiana Tech, but didn't look super great doing it. Um, going to be another close game, another back and forth probably. I mean, I think Florida can put up a fight. Going to Death Valley at night, that will be a test. But Brian Kelly always sketches me out in games where he should get it done, but it's a pretty big game still. Everybody's on his side. Sketches me out there. There's just that little shade of doubt, but I think LSU should get it done here. Be a good game. I don't think a whole lot of points will be scored in this one. I don't think it'll be an SEC shootout. Just what I saw from Florida and USF last week, and then LSU Clemson. I think it'll be one of them, 21-17, 23-20, something like that type of games, SEC games. Good showing of the defense, some decent offense plays. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Next up, probably the best game. Well, it is the best game in the late slate. Texas A&M on the road at Notre Dame. I don't know what to make of this game. Heads or tails. They're both frauds to me. I don't like Texas A&M. I don't believe in their coach. I really have. The one year they had me was Johnny Manziel, and that's when he came in and walked Alabama. Nothing but respect on that. I mean, I guess I probably believe in Notre Dame's coach more so. It's at home. Road games are tough. Texas A&M hasn't looked all that wow great type of thing. Their defense is a little eh. Notre Dame losing on the road to Miami and then having a bye week. Maybe straighten some stuff out. It's a coin flip. I can't call this game. I would expect Notre Dame take care of business at home in South Bend. No, probably pretty close. Field goal game. Texas A&M could pull off the upset, but I just don't know. I don't know about their offense. I don't know about any of that. Last 2 games of the evening, we got Vanderbilt going on the road to South Carolina. Vanderbilt known around to fuck around and ruin somebody's day. They walked Virginia Tech last week. Week 1, their cupcake they took care of. South Carolina's looked pretty good. They took care of Virginia Tech. Not as astounding as Vanderbilt did, though. Just saying, Vanderbilt was on the road. Don't know. And then they took care of South Carolina State last week. Another one of these games. I think it'll be good. I want to see both these quarterbacks play, Pavia and Sellers. They're both good. I like the way they play. Even though Pavia didn't ruin my shit. But we won't talk about that. Run game. I mean, I know South Carolina's got Sellers to do a lot of it. They probably need to get somebody else going. Nick Harbor's a beast. So, fuck it. Throw it down there. He's down there somewhere. Yeah. I think this will be a really good game. Wouldn't be surprised if Vanderbilt has another upset here for no reason. They do look like a good team. Shit, excuse me. Y'all can tell it's late at night if I'm yawning, my bad. Yeah. I do like South Carolina. Obviously favor them at home a little bit more. Vanderbilt showing they can win on the road, though, doing it against Virginia Tech. This is just a little bit different test. I think the Gamecocks get it done, though. Wouldn't be surprised for another upset. A little foreshadowing to the Talk It segment, which we'll be getting to here in a bit. Last game of the top 25 for tomorrow night. We got Utah on the road at Wyoming. Utah looking just fine, like they usually do. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. I mean, they handled UCLA, um, but that's turning out to be yeah, just a fine looking win. Wyoming not looking too bad. They just haven't really had a test, and I think they take care of business on the road. Um, yeah, that's top 25 breakdown. That's the preview. College football. That's my thoughts. There's obviously some other games. I'll touch on a few here that aren't in the top 25. There's definitely some other teams. Um, Definitely some other cupcakes though that don't really jump off the page to me. USC Purdue, 2:30, 3:30 Eastern. That'll be a pretty good game, I think. USC on the road. USC should take care of business there, but Purdue's also one of those teams they'll sneak up on you every now and then. Pittsburgh, West Virginia. I'm going to be tuning into that. I just love this game. It's a rivalry. Pittsburgh on the road. Pittsburgh looked really good last week against Central Michigan. West Virginia looking all right. Rich Rod back in the saddle. I think it'll be a fun game. I just want to watch it. Pittsburgh probably gets it done here, but anything can happen in this game. It's other ones that jump off the page for me here and aren't ranked. Everybody talking about, hyping up. Not a whole lot crazy. I mean, still in the early stages of the year, so you're going to get some of those cupcakes and crazy stuff. Or not crazy stuff. Duke Tulane might be alright. Tulane should take care of business at home, though. Duke doesn't really impress me. Navy Tulsa could be interesting. Tulsa, I just like Tulsa. For some odd reason. I just always had a little bit of a love for them in my heart. Some of the teams they've had over the years, I've just liked riding with. Navy's fun to watch. They should take care of business there. Minnesota, California, 2-0 matchup. Should be alright. Another one I'm interested about is Boston College, Stanford. Boston College is on the road at Stanford. They're the favorites. I want to see Andrew Luck and Frank Reich do good. I think they're due for a win. So I mean, BC could get knocked off here. I'm just saying. And then my favorite game of all time. Not actually, but definitely one of my favorite traditions on a Saturday is Hawaii at 11 o'clock midnight, whenever it is, wherever you're at. Just the most beautiful nightcap ever. Just barely conscious watching Hawaii. My favorite thing in the world is I'm sitting there looking at what's going to happen Sunday in the NFL. Yeah, that's a slate. Definitely some other cupcakes and stuff in there. I'm not going to dive too much into, but yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Pretty good day tomorrow, and I'll be talking some of my picks and stuff here in a little while once we get to the bet bunker. For now, we're gonna move on to Redneckaldo, my soccer segment where I talk a little footy. I just always enjoyed soccer, loved playing it. One of the sports that I played the longest. It was soccer, hockey, golf. I guess football would be up there as the longest sports I've played. Soccer and hockey, I was both a goalie. Soccer, also a midfielder when I wouldn't be playing goalie, but that was rare. I guess not rare, depending on what era I was going through. Yeah, I've just loved footy ever since. We're gonna dive into some of the biggest leagues. I guess the top six, I like to call it. Most of y'all just know the big five. English Premier League, French League One, Spain La Liga, German Bundesliga, Italy Serie A, and then one of my other favorites is Netherlands Eredivisie, or however you say that. Trying my best here. That's what I call it though, so if somebody corrects me, that's how we're moving. We're just going to go through all those. We're going to take a look at some of the games. Also, give some picks out for this once we dive into the bet bunker, but just give my honest thoughts. Actually, before we jump into that, I'm going to get a drink of water here. Throat's getting a little dry, so give me 1 second here, folks. All right, sorry about that, folks. We're back though. Let's dive into it. Redneckaldo. I'm gonna be breaking down some footy for y'all. Looking at what games are going on tomorrow. I'll also do it tomorrow night as well. Looking at Sunday's games, getting in all the action. Maybe turn you guys on to some little bit of soccer action. I know some people's thoughts. I know some people are enjoying it. It's growing a little bit over here, a little bit more in America, which is a good thing to see. But I like it all. I'm a big sports junkie, no matter what it is, and just some of these are my favorite sports. I like waking up when I'm up early on a Saturday before college football and just getting a nice little hit right in the morning, ripping a nice fat line of football in other countries, a little soccer, as we know it. Get get the juices flowing nice and early in the morning. So I want to start with the English Premier League. First game up is Arsenal uh, against Nottingham Forest. They are at the Arsenal home ground, Emirates Stadium. Um, Arsenal looking like they're going to be at the top of the table again, as they should be. Arteta's a hell of a coach. I like him. I like some of the pieces they've got there. I think they've built a pretty good squad. I think they can contend. I know they've dealt with some heartbreak, but I think you just got to take your licks before you really reach the mountaintop, and that's sort of how it goes for a lot of these teams. Um, Not everybody just gets to do it on their first shot and get to have a whole bunch of success. You got to take your licks. You got to feel some of that pain to make sure you know what it's like to go through it, get there, accomplish it all, and also appreciate it. Make sure you appreciate it. I think it's just something normal. Know that you worked for it. And I think Arsenal's going to take care of business here. They've looked good to start this season so far. Nottingham, fine. Nottingham can fuck around, draw, win a game every now and then. Um, I just don't think this is the case today. Um, Also on this, I'm probably just going to touch on the big teams until y'all get a little more comfortable. Y'all tell me you want me to go a little bit more in depth. But I'll touch the big teams for now just so y'all get a little dose of it and see if it turns you on a little bit. Um, and yeah, we'll dive into whatever we want to from there. I'm looking through the rest of the schedule. You got AFC Bournemouth against Brighton and Hove Albion. Yeah, fine. Probably Bournemouth. Bournemouth doesn't look too bad. They're sneaking around. I think they're pretty good. Crystal Palace against Sunderland. Sunderland, always good to see back in the EPL with their history. And then obviously quite the downfall, but they're back. Um, they've not looked too bad. They've won their games. To start the season, Crystal Palace is eh. Um, yeah, I think Crystal Palace should have a get right game here, and they should be fine. Everton, Aston Villa. Everton at home against Aston Villa. Yeah, Everton I just can never really trust lately. Past few years I've just really fucking taken a nosedive. Aston Villa has been on the come up a little bit. Probably maybe a draw here. I'll give a shout there. There's a take. How about a draw in that game? I'll call it right now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll recap it. If I can, I'll probably remember that. So yeah. Fulham against Leeds. I can't really trust either of those teams either. Not sure about either of them. Newcastle, Wolverhampton. Newcastle sort of had some problems with Isaac and everything going on with that team. Makes me a little worried, but they should take care of Wolverhampton here. Next big team, Tottenham Hotspur. On the road against West Ham. West Ham, they can always fuck around doing a little something. They've had some good teams in spurts. I thought they were on a climb there for a little bit, and then they've sort of plateaued and dropped back down a little bit. Tottenham got a little scary there. I wasn't sure how they were going to be without Kane, and then now Son. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Charleston's looked fine. Paulinho, Johnson, yeah, Kudus, fine. We'll see. Tottenham should pick up the win there. I'm just still sketched out, like I said, just not seeing some of those main pieces there, but they do still have some good pieces, like I just rattled off there, so should take care of business, but wouldn't be surprised if West Ham makes it a draw or does something crazy for no reason. Yeah. Last game in the EPL, my favorite team, my my personal choice, Chelsea Blues on the road to Brentford. Um, I mean, look, I know Chelsea's spent worldly amounts of money on their squads or their squad, and just made a ton of moves. Some making sense, some not at all. I agree with you guys. It's probably a little bit egregious, but hey, at least I have an owner that is trying to figure it out, and he's willing to toss money and do whatever it takes to get players and quality in. And hey, if his idea, which I think is sort of what I'm thinking it is, if that made any sense, I was sort of a who should have been, has been type of thing. Um, Wild tangent there, my bad, folks. But I think his plan was sort of just let me nab every player I can, pay them all. Whoever shakes out the work, whoever we can make fit once we find our coach and get all this stuff settled, we'll keep those around and we'll sell off the rest and we'll just bake in a shit ton of capital. And I'm not afraid to spend it now and figure out later. Um, that's the way I'm spending it. Um, I think we'll be all right. Chelsea's always going to hang around there. Um, got rough there during COVID and when old Putin decided to kick over the fucking hornet's nest. Um, and our owner got fucking frozen with his bank accounts and shit because he's an oligarch in Russia. Tough scene. Tough scene. But I think we're on the right track. I think we'll be all right. Should take care of business here at Brentford, but like I said, Chelsea's still trying to figure out their team, figure out some of these pieces. I think we got some. I think we'll be all right, but could get snuck up on. I'll never not worry about that. Um, that's it for the EPL for tomorrow. Not too bad. Moving on, we got the Spanish La Liga next. Not a whole lot of games here, but a couple top quality teams. Both the Madrid boys. We got Real Madrid on the road against Real Sociedad. Um, Real, I mean, creme de la creme, right? Cream of the crop. Top of the mountain, king of the hill. Should take care of business here. They continue to look good. Continue to be a contender for Champions League chip. Raise that trophy. My apologies. Um, yeah, I think they should take care of business here, no problem. Other Madrid boy, Atletico Madrid. Not looking their best out the gates here. They're at home against Villarreal. Um, should be a bounce back game for them. Villarreal hasn't looked too bad either. I'll admit that. But um, yeah, I mean, Atletico Madrid's got the team. I think they'll be all right. Um, but wouldn't be surprised, if that's a little bit of a tight game or a draw again. I mean, that's sort of been Atletico's MO this season so far. Um, yeah, that's it for La Liga. Short and sweet on that one, baby. Moving on to the Bundesliga, we got Borussia Dortmund on the road at FC Hindenheim. Um, Dortmund, a little ropey looking every now and then. Always consider him top of the charts. That's just the way I see him in those Bumblebee jerseys, especially in the Bundesliga. And they always sort of do hang around up top. You can be pretty confident they'll always be around there. They'll win the games they're supposed to. Big games, and depending on the year, get a little bit of a roller coaster ride there, up and down. But quality team most of the time. They should take care of business here against Heidenheim, and yeah, no worries. Um, Another big game, RB Leipzig again on the road against Mainz. Um, Leipzig should take care of business here. This might be one of those draw games. It's a little sketchy. I always lean towards Leipzig, but um, Mainz isn't bad. They're not bad. When these two teams meet, it gets a little crazy every now and then. Not really, but yeah, I think Leipzig should take care of business there. Wouldn't be surprised if a draw or an upset being on the road. Um, Next game, another team I like. Just got a little bias to them. I have a good friend that supported this team, was from there. That's Stuttgart. Stuttgart, however you guys want to say it, Stuttgart. Against Freiburg. Freiburg, yeah, every now and then, it used to be a quality team a couple years back, sort of fell off now, and Stuttgart's been on the rise lately these past few years. Maybe close to like this past decade, I guess. I could be off, but looking good. I got a little bias to them. I think they should take care of business here on the road against Freiburg. Last but not least, uh, last game of the Bundesliga tomorrow is Bayern Munich at home against Hamburg. Bayern's the juggernaut of the Bundesliga. I think they'll be fine here. Should knock the snot out of Hamburg. And a little foreshadowing. I'll talk about that in here in our next topic. Talk it. So there's three. We're halfway through. Who do we got next? We got the Italian Serie A. Tomorrow, not that many games. Short and sweet again. We got a real big one. One that should be fun to watch, and that's Juventus and Inter Milan. Two blue bloods of it. Top of the ranks of Serie A consistently. Two rivals. Inter on the road against Juventus. Juventus looking pretty good. Inter looking fine. They did lose to Udinese. I just butchered that real bad. Whoa. But yeah, I think this will be a close game. Probably a low-scoring one. Maybe a draw. Maybe 1-1. Probably 1-0. These two teams just play each other hard. They're both two good quality teams. Juventus at home, probably. Just my thoughts. And then the last game for Serie A tomorrow is Napoli on the road against Fiorentina. Napoli looking good. They got McTominay, who's just started ore farming since he's got over there at Napoli. Kevin De Bruyne, there, one of the all-time greats. Napoli should be good. Probably will be good. Fiorentina can be good. Has messed around past couple years, looking all right, but I think Napoli should take care of business here. Fiorentina hasn't won yet, which sort of does concern me because they're probably due. Road game, I'm going to lean towards Napoli, but could get a little hairy. French League One, 2 games tomorrow, nothing big. Nice and Nantes, and then I guess Monaco against Auxerre. I think I said that. Pardon my French. Monaco should take care of business here. Playing a lower table team. Should be fine. Last but not least, the Dutch Eredivisie. Divisie? I struggle with that, but I'm trying, folks, alright? I have, if I got any Dutch brothers or sisters in here ever, teach me. Alright, appreciate you. First game we got Ajax against PEC. Ajax, one of your blue bloods, top of the table teams for the Dutch sides, along with PSV, Feyenoord. What else do you got there? PSV, Feyenoord, AZ, Alkmaar. Alkmaar. Yeah. They're sort of always up there, just for some of you guys that may not know. But yeah, Ajax should take care of business here. PC, nothing world-renowned, top of the table stuff, nothing crazy. So Ajax at home, take care of business, continue on their way. PSV playing against ENC Nijmegen. Yeah, I usually just keep it with the letters, folks. Don't blame me. I'm trying. I didn't have no teachers in Mississippi teaching me Dutch professional football teams. All right, I learned everything off of FIFA and commentary, and sometimes I don't always remember the commentary or their accents. All right, it is what it is. But PSV solid. Another blue blood, top of the table. Usually, should take care of business against NEC. NEC hasn't looked too bad, and they are at home. Um, Maybe a little bit of an over game here. Both teams scoring. Could get a little crazy. Never know. Dutch does get a little wild still with some of these top teams. I mean, could win 7-0, or it could be like a 4-3 game, and you're biting your toenails trying to figure out what the hell's happening. Um, FC 20 against NAC Breda. 20, good, pretty solid team. Started off a little rough this year. I don't know how they'll really be, but should take care of business at home. Get right game. Last but not least, Feyenoord Rotterdam. Um, One of those blue bloods, top of the tables again. Should take care of business here against Heerenveen. Heerenveen. Um, yeah, y'all know the deal. But yeah, I think Feyenoord takes care of business here, no problem. That's probably one of those games they really just mow over somebody, but could be wrong. Still should take care of business. And let's toss in Portuguese Primeira Liga. Slowly dipping my toe into this one. I do just know like your blue bloods in this one. I haven't gotten all the way deep into the whatchamacallit, Portuguese leagues, but like Benfica, I follow Porto, I follow Sporting CP, I follow some of the big guys, the more well-known teams, Braga that you'll see in Champions League, Europa League, stuff like that. So dipping my toe into that. Tomorrow you do get the beauty of Porto playing CD Nacional. Porto should take care of business here. They're at home. CD, not the craziest team. Should be good. And then Sporting CP on the road against FC Famalicão. Caio. Famalicão. Sporting should get it done. Maybe a draw there. That one might be a little hairy, but you can usually always lean towards these blue bloods, especially against these low-level teams, and they'll wax them. They'll walk them. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the Saturday Redneckaldo. We'll tune into those games. I'll talk some bets on them here once we get to that section of the show. Cause yeah, I do like ripping some bets on them. You wake up in the morning. Some of the games are already over. You got some cash in the account, and you're trying to figure out what's going on for college football Saturday. Yeah. Now let's move it into Talk It, new segment. Take a swig of water real quick. But new segment, Talk It, and we're gonna follow it up with Walk It, which is gonna be Monday on our Monday or Tuesday shows. Whenever that is. Well, not whenever that is. I just told you when it was, dumbass. But it's just my 5 hottest takes for the weekend. Just stuff that I'm just thinking off the dome. Shower thoughts, dumb stuff, high thoughts, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna rip them, and we'll come back to them beginning of next week once all the dust is settled, and see how we turned out. See if I was close, if I was in the ballpark, or if I was on Mars and just a space cadet. I'm going to start off with the first one. I think there's going to be 3 upsets in the top 25 of college football this weekend. And none of them are going to be the ranked versus ranked. I think it's going to be unranked taking down the ranks. Like I mentioned, Georgia Tech could very well be one of those teams that does that. There's a couple others out there that aren't too bad. But Georgia Tech's the one that's up there that's really shouting out to me. Arkansas, maybe. Florida, maybe. Vanderbilt, maybe. There's a couple there. I think there's 3 upsets in the top 25 regardless, but I really do think it's not going to involve some of those top 25 on top 25 matchups. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out here in just a few hours, really, as we're at 1 o'clock in the morning here on Saturday morning. To go along with college football, I think USC will be ranked next week in this next poll. I think with some of these upsets I'm talking about and some of the other action, how it's going to shake out, I think USC cracks into the top 25, and they'll be an eye to keep on for a little bit. I think they're going to get steamrolled at some point, and they're going to fall out of it, but they'll make a noise for a little bit. I may not be the craziest take, but tossing it out there. We'll toss a little soccer in there. One of the games we just talked about. I think Bayern Munich, I think they score 5+. I think they absolutely just destroy Hamburg. I think they score 5+, maybe 6+. 5 or 6+. Y'all get it. I think they just absolutely work them. I think they're due for one of those games. They've sort of already had one, but I think they're ready to knock it out of the park again. And Hamburg sort of lines up to be one of those teams. They're at home. You wake up in the morning, you see Bayern up 6-0, just cruising it out. Not a worry at all. Now we're going to dig into some NFL, which we'll be doing our NFL preview tomorrow, going into Sunday after we get through the packed slate of college football. But going into the NFL, I think after this week, there's only going to be 6 undefeated NFL teams. I'll call it exact 6. 6 undefeated NFL teams after this week, or less. Let's toss in or less, though. Looking at the schedule, a couple of them play each other, cannibalize themselves there, so that's sort of a free gimme. But I think there's a couple others that get knocked around a little bit, settle down. I don't think there's going to be that many undefeated teams going real long into the season. I think there's a lot of parity in the league right now, especially as you look to the AFC. It's stacked over there, and it's a gauntlet, but it's also a parity. So yeah, I think there's only 6 undefeated teams. I'll call it right on the head, but if not, less than 6 teams. And last NFL take, last talk it. Jags Bengals is the highest score of the weekend for NFL, or for this week of NFL. I don't know why. Green Goblin Mask was speaking to me in the corner when I was looking at that, just taking a peep at the schedule for Sunday, and yeah. I think both teams' offenses are pretty good. Their defenses can be a little iffy, if not super iffy at times. And they're trying to, Jags have pretty good defense usually all the way around. Bengals obviously trying to rebuild theirs, get it up to some sort of standard par to just help Joe out, not have to throw his arm out every game and score a ridiculous amount of points just to win or be competitive. Yeah, I think that's a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to be the highest-scoring game of the weekend. That's the 5 hot takes I got going into this weekend. We'll come back Monday or Tuesday. We'll recap it and what I call walk it. Hey, I talk it. I'll walk it. I'll own up to it. I'll take accountability. I have no problem with that. So, yeah, I'm going to toss those out there. We'll see how all the action shakes out. And we'll follow up and we'll see how I do there. And we'll keep track of it. We'll keep some stats on it just to see if there's anything behind it. If I got a little salt, a little spice to it. Yeah, now let's move on to another one of my favorite segments, which is Lost and Found. Last show we started off Lost and Found. We started with one of my all-time favorite goaltenders and players of all time, and that was Cam Ward of the Carolina Hurricanes, not your Tennessee Titans, not your Miami Hurricanes, not the quarterback, not the rookie. Cam Ward, absolute legend in my eyes for the Carolina Hurricanes. Won the cup with him in 2006. He was a rookie, came in, stood on his head, did his job, and even more, had some crazy saves. So started off with him. He was my favorite player, one of my idols, so it only felt right. And we're actually going to follow it up with another NHL goalie. I know, I probably not the best, or the brightest thing to do, but this was just one guy I couldn't get out of my head either, as I was thinking about some of the people I could put on this list and talk about, and I just remember it because of his gold Reebok pads. I'm giving you guys some hints here to take a guess. He also had some pretty nice green pads with a little gold and black into them, and that man's Marty Turco, Dallas Stars goalie. one of my favorites. Just those gold pads, the Reebok gold pads, seeing those on TV, being a goalie myself, just loved it. Made some big saves. He was a hell of a player for the Stars. I loved watching him. One of my inspirations growing up. I always wished I could have the gold pads like him when I was playing. And yeah, we're gonna watch some highlights on him, and let y'all see what I saw back in the day growing up. One of the people I idolized. Without further ado, let's get into oh, my bad. Still have my mic on mute. But there you go, folks. A little Marty Turco action for you today. Uh, love that video. I mean, 11 years ago. Um, I love those old school YouTube hockey goalie edits. Still trying to go back a few more years to the real prime ones when YouTube was just barely up and going and everybody was trying to figure it out and it was just crazy. But not the highest quality, but hey, nostalgic. And I love that. Um, Yeah, Marty Turco, one of the best. I love how they showed him at the Chicago Blackhawks with the all red pads and then the Bruins with the all yellows. He had his style, and some of the big saves he made. The diving poke checks, the basically spread eagle behind the back save he had. Just some of the all-time great memories of me growing up watching hockey. He's forever ingrained in my memory, and hope you guys maybe learned something new today. Met somebody new. Go watch some highlights of them. Pay your respects to one of the greats in my eyes. Can never name enough of them, but that's the whole point of this segment. I don't care if I go through every person. I don't think I have enough time for that on this earth, but hey, we'll see how far we can get. Um, yeah, that's it for Lost and Found. We got two hockey goalies starting off the Hall of Fame there for that segment, but we'll keep on going. We'll dive into some different stuff, some soccer, some football, maybe some other crazy sports. You know, little X Games, little stuff like that, some adrenaline sports. But stay tuned, more to come on that. All right, let's dive into the bet bunker now, folks. Let's get down in there, lock ourselves in, take a look at everything we got going on. We're gonna go back to college football. Also, like I said earlier in the show, I try to keep this separate from, my talk about the sports regularly. Separation of church and state. But so that way, if y'all don't like betting, don't want to hear about it, don't care about it, you can just skip right on ahead to the wrap up. For y'all that do like it, want to hear about it, hear my thought process or some of my tips, well, stick around. We're gonna get into it. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in chronological order. I just need to take a glance at it, so give me a beat here. Because I usually do wait until the morning of, but we'll go ahead and we'll dive into the early section of college football while you are here, and then just tune into my Twitter. I'm working on making sure I can get everything posted to Instagram stories, threads, TikTok stories. So make sure you guys follow me on all socials to make sure you're seeing all the latest stuff. But definitely Twitter, easiest and quickest for me to get it out. Since I don't have to do graphics or anything like that, I use these two bad boys right here, my two thumbs, and type that shit out real quick, get it out for the people. And looking at the slate early on, this early slate, and what I call the early slate, folks, is everything up until that like 2 p.m., 2:30 window. So anything and everything before that. The early games at 11, and a couple you have in there like, excuse me. A couple you have in there like 12, 1 o'clock, 2, which the 1 and the 2s are usually stinky, so we don't touch those anyways. But taking a look at it, Oregon against Northwestern. I mean, Oregon's been kneecapping everybody. Northwestern got beat by 20 by Tulane. Yeah, it was on the road against Tulane. Tulane's not bad. But Oregon minus 27.5 here seems a little light. Over under 48.5. Yeah, give me Oregon. Give me Oregon spread. Um, I know they're on the road. Might be a little bit tougher. A little bit different test for them, but Tulane can beat them by 20. Yeah, I was at home, not on the road. I know west to east. West to east isn't too bad. East to west is a little more difficult, I feel like. Depends on who you are. That's just me. Yeah. Yep. Oregon. Oregon minus 27.5. I think they cover the spread. They take care of business. Did we touch this Clemson Georgia Tech game, folks? What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Also, what do you? While we're in the bet bunker, we're in a safe space here. We're locked into a bunker all together here. What's your all's opinions on buying points? On spreads, overs, any of it? What do y'all think? Huh? Which way are we moving? Because I'm in the camp of, oh, I always buy points. I don't care about the little less extra juice. I'm not really chasing juice. Um, if it wins, it wins. It's money. Take what you can get. And don't be swinging for these plus 1,000 plus crazy shit parlays. Stick to straight bets or 2-team parlays, maybe 3-team parlays in normal sports. The only exception I will say to that is soccer, just because some of those money lines are crazy, and I don't trust spreads in soccer all the time. And I mean, hey, I'm a little bit more conservative than most people, but hey, I'm just taking a win. I don't care. Um, you know, I take the money line instead of the spread, and I get, instead of it being plus 650, it's plus 450. Okay, whatever. That's still good odds. Or, yeah, that's a little bit exaggerated, but it's instead of it being plus 550, it's plus 250. And okay, whatever. You know, that doesn't bother me, because I just want to win. I stack it up in pieces. I'll throw out a whole bunch of quantity, but with quality. So yeah, I'll always buy points and overs, unders, spreads, just because Vegas knows what they're doing, and sometimes they're damn good at it, and they're going to call it right on the spot. So you buy those extra points or so. I mean, just try to bulletproof yourself as much as possible. That's my opinion. Take everything you can get. If you can take a couple extra points, take the couple extra points. Yeah. Instead of it being 10, 100, 500, whatever, however many dollars you bet with. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Do it responsibly. Don't be risking your fucking life savings or your fucking allowance for the week or all you got for the week. Yeah, I know that rush can be crazy and all that shit. Don't do it. And if you can't control it, get help. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Call the helpline. There's plenty of stuff to talk to. Just don't be doing that shit. I know, side tangent, but I felt like that. Always be responsible. Take your wins. Don't be greedy. Get what you get. Don't throw a fit. That's my saying. Be responsible. Y'all take care of yourselves, alright? Don't be doing crazy shit out here. Life can be hard enough as is. Last thing you need to be doing is throwing away your money because you want to bet a plus 5,000 parlay that you can try to retire off of. If it happens, God bless you. I'm proud of you boys and girls, but that may happen to one person in our lifetime. I don't know. Anyways, back to the bets. Y'all know my stance now. Y'all let me know what you think about buying points. That's my ideas. Because in this situation with Clemson and Georgia Tech, do you go Georgia Tech or do you take the over? Over just seems sketchy. Maybe not. Oh, sorry, I was tapping the microphone there too if I'm causing disturbances. My bad, folks. Do we take the over here, folks? It's sketchy because Clemson can fucking struggle, and I'm not sure about their offense just because I don't know about Cade Klubnik. I don't think he's doing. I mean, he hasn't been that good, plain and simple. Not what he's supposed to be cracked up to. And I'm not sure about their running back situation. And does their defense just step up against Georgia Tech? Oh, Or is it Georgia Tech? Oh, folks. I mean, if I'm calling my shot with the upsets and it not being one of them, do I have to ride Georgia Tech? Hmm. I do not know. There's really one play sticking with me, and it's gross, and I don't know if I can do it, but it just seems right because I just can't convince myself of that. Maybe though. Mm. No. You know what? Mm. I'm doing so much flip flopping. This bet's gonna miss. I'll tell you guys right now. Um, because I have went from maybe Georgia Tech just because I'm saying upsets, the over, to now it's Clemson needs a get it right game and just sort of like calm everybody down. This is gross. It's probably because it's so late too. I can't even think straight. Um, mm 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 mm. I might have to sleep on this one, folks. Check the Twitter in the morning. Right at the bottom of the screen. Y'all can see it right below my nose. Right below my nose. Big honker right there. I'll let you guys know my decision. I gotta sleep on that one. I can't make heads or tails, and I'm flip flopping too much. Gotta settle the old cranium down. Gotta settle her down. But we'll keep moving on to bets. That one I just couldn't make heads or tails of. Oklahoma Temple, not touching. I don't bet my favorite teams. I don't know if I've said that or not before, but I'll tell you that. It's very, 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 very rare that I do bet for my favorite teams. And obviously, even more rare to bet against them unless I just feel something in my gut. Um, it's really throwing me off, but it is super rare for both of those. What else do we got in this 11 o'clock slate or early sesh? Just Central Michigan hang in there against Michigan. They just got the doors blown off of them by 28. The line's 27 and a half. At Pitt, now they're at Michigan. Michigan's just losing to OU, so probably coming out with a little extra venom. Whip the shit out of somebody. Mm. Give me the under in this game. Give me the under in the Central Michigan game. Under 43 and a half. And I will buy points. I'll get that to 45 and a half. Bless me. Sorry, folks. Coughing, sneezing, dry throat. Whew, we're going through it today. But we're surviving, thriving, baby. Yeah. All right, so on the official docket, give me Oregon spread, Central Michigan under. Do we take a little Maryland against Towson? Nah, no. Maryland got me with NIU last week. I'm going to take a beat off them. Baylor bounce back game against Sanford. Not really a bounce back, but they had a crazy double overtime against SMU at SMU. And they got lost by 6 to Auburn in the opener. They come out and crush Sanford's ass. Citadel just beat them by 27. Wesleyan beat them by 31. Ooh, wee. Sawyer Robertson's alright. 47's a lot. That never makes me comfortable. I'm not even thinking about that. Memphis against Troy. Troy just played their hearts out against good old Clemson. Nope, not touching that game. Can't do it. Auburn, South Alabama. I can't trust Auburn. I'm not doing it. Raging Cajuns against Mizzou. Now this game I sort of tickles me. And I think this is an over game. Give me over 48.5 in the Raging Cajuns Mizzou game. Mizzou's got a hell of an offense. I think they can play pretty good. Raging Cajuns have a decent defense, but they haven't really been tested by anybody. I think, yeah, I mean, their offense is all right. I think they can get a couple points. I mean, they're running. Walker Howard is not that good. Wait, that's not their. That is not their. Yeah, their quarterbacks aren't good, is the problem. That is the big problem. So it might just be Mizzou. Because if all Mizzou does is just stuff the fucking run. Mm. Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at one little thing. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, give me the over in that game. Raging Cajuns, Mizzou, over 47.5. So, just a quick recap. We got Oregon minus 27.5 versus Northwestern. Sleeping on the Clemson Georgia Tech game. Check the Twitter to figure that out. I'll try to get it on Instagram and TikTok. Still working on my graphic design, alright? Does this look like a multi-level marketing guy to you? Nah. Can't do graphic design. I'm working on it best I can, alright, folks? Patience is a virtue. It's key. Work with me. Sorry. Tangent again. My bad, folks. All right, recap. Oregon minus 27.5 points versus Northwestern. Sleeping on the Clemson Georgia Tech game. Taking the under in the Central Michigan game under 43.5. Buying the points. I'll buy points on all these. Fuck it. Just so y'all know. So when I say buy the points, I'm just getting 2 in my favor. And then I'm taking over 47.5 in the Louisiana Missouri game. And that's it for the early session, the 11 o'clock window. And then follow along on the socials for the later windows, the 2:30 window, 3:30 window, Eastern. Do the math from Central. I'm always going to talk in Central. It's just easiest for me. I ain't got the smartest or fastest brain. I mean, you see what you're looking at. Yeah, I'll post them there. We'll follow along. We're going to be watching as many games as we can. Getting all the TVs on, getting all the multi-views on all the TVs that we got on. And, yeah, hopefully we have a day tomorrow, folks. Keep on trucking. And you know what? I mean, you guys already heard my picks on soccer, too. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's just do it. I'll give you my official picks. I'm probably going to tell you to parlay these. And how I usually do it is I go by early, middle, late slate because they usually got games at like 6:30, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. over here going on, and then they got like the 11:30 noon slate here going on, and then like the 2, 3 o'clock session. So like all their games are done like right when the meat of football is going on. It's beautiful. I know some of y'all might not like soccer, but if you're a degenerate, and you like watching some sports just because you can gamble on it, it's just a beautiful little. Go get you some Waffle House in the morning. Wake up, get yourself some Waffle House. Get back home. Get on the couch, have one TV, a couple soccer games on. Get ESPN Plus if you don't have it. You can watch a good few soccer games there. Or Peacock, there's a couple. You can find them. Tubi, whatever it is. Not Tubi, Sling maybe. Yeah, whatever. You can find them. Get home, watch some of that. You got that going on. Maybe making yourself a little extra cash, a little extra capital throw out there for college football. And then you roll right into college football. And you're already in the zone. Mind's already turning. You're locked in. You're rolling. So I'll break it down real quick. We'll go English Premier League, same order we did the Redneckaldo segment. Give me Arsenal. Give me Arsenal outright. Money line, plain and simple. Tottenham, West Ham. Let me take a peek at this one. How they've been doing? They've been 3 games.
I remember when agents, they didn't know their left hook
talking.
right. Some are too eager, jumping in before I'd finished speaking. Others promised to wrangle.
ESPN's talking. Sorry if you guys can hear that. That's annoying.
Transparent, reliable, fast on the draw. In a town full of passers through, warps the one you can.
Give me West Ham, Tottenham, both teams to score. Yeah, I like that. On the book I got, I can do prop parlay, so I can take win, draw, like double chance, both teams scores, over unders, all that. So that's how I break it down. If y'all can't, I say both teams to score. I probably lean to the over, but just be careful because it can be just a straight up fucking 1-1 game. But yeah, give me Arsenal money line, West Ham, Tottenham, both teams to score. Won't bet Chelsea. Do we want Newcastle? Fulham leads. And these I do recommend when you do have these high money lines. Most of the time it's because these top of the table teams are playing these low table teams. They're at home. They've just got completely better squads, money, everything. So the money line's going to be heavy. And yeah, you're going to have to rack up a 4 or 5 team parlay. It sounds sketchy. I hate it myself. I mean, some of y'all might just be used to betting that way. I'm not. It is literally only in this sport just because of how heavy the money lines can be. And I don't like spreads in soccer because you will get those 1-0 games. Or you'll get it where they toss in the subs and the other team's just tryhards, still doesn't want to quit, has no give up in them, which is fair, whatever. And yeah, you just get boned on the spread. Soccer, it's not easy to score. Sometimes they'll give them up real easy, but it ain't always easy to score. Anyways, continuing on, Real Madrid against Real Sociedad. Real Madrid on the road, but it is Real. Yeah. Give me Real Madrid. Wait, let me look. What have they done? Yeah, give me Real. So we got. I'm just gonna keep recapping, just to try to keep my head straight as well as y'all's. We got Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, Real Madrid. I'm an idiot. I just write this shit down. You know what I mean, cuzzo? So Arsenal. I know I'm talking to myself, folks. This is great podcasting, live streaming. Good show. I'm killing it out here. How you doing? Um, all right. Now let's take a look at this Atletico Villarreal game. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? Give me both teams to score in Atletico Villarreal. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Yeah. Give me that. Both teams to score. That's it for the Spanish La Liga. Dortmund against Heidenheim. Yeah, give me Dortmund here. Yeah. Dortmund. Plain simple. Now, like I did say, I do go by time slots. So just get my early morning ones out the way. See what I wake up to. Get those mid-morning ones, early afternoon ones going, and then the late afternoon just to be like your recovery if you need it, or your little cap before you're fully immersed in college football. So give me Dortmund. This Leipzig game's interesting. 2-2. We are remains. Give me Leipzig on the double chance. So what y'all don't know, if y'all what y'all don't know, didn't mean to say it like that. If y'all don't know what that is, it's Leipzig or draw. You win either way. So not the best odds, but like I said, bulletproof yourself, especially if you're doing a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, however many parlay legs y'all are doing nowadays. Bulletproof yourself. I know it may not be the most juice, or it might not be peak efficiency on the juice line. However you guys want to say it, you bunch of little nerds and finance bro degenerates, whatever the fuck you are. I ain't judging you. I'm just telling you, bulletproof that shit. A win's a win. All right, protect your fucking money. So take Leipzig, double chance. Leipzig or draw, or draw. It's worth it. I know a lot of y'all, if you're betting those 4, 5, 6, whatever parlays, leg parlays, what do you always say? Oh, the last fucking leg, or this one leg got me. Yeah, it was. I'm telling you, bulletproof yourself. Take what they can give you and double chance it. Hey, Leipzig might win 2-0. Wasn't even a sweat. We're fine. But guess what? You never know. Fucking Mainz comes down in the 90 plus fourth minute of extra time. Ref's about to blow the whistle and they put one fucking top bins and it's a draw. Yeah, that's how you just woke up your morning. Yeah, don't put yourself through that pain and suffering, folks. Trust me. I'll never lead you astray like that. I'll never tell you to do something like that. Because that's some painful, tough shit. We got Mainz, Freiburg. Or shoot, my bad. Rephrase. Freiburg, Stuttgart. Oh, this Ew, folks. Mm. Ooh, did we take the over? Both teams to score here, folks, in Freeburg, Stuttgart. Both teams to score. Give me that. But over is a shout. I will say in this one, maybe that's how I help y'all. If y'all can't get both teams to score, I'm sorry. I'm just telling y'all how I bet. The bets I prefer, how I like. Um, I'll just tell y'all. This one is a good shout for the over. Most soccer overs are going to sit at 2.5. Sometimes push 3. They get over 3.5. It gets a little hairy. I'd buy it down to 3 just so you can get the push. Worst case, soccer's a weird sport, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all start tapping into it, as I'm telling y'all, and trying to teach y'all, help y'all, however you want to put it, it's weird, man. Some crazy shit happens, and there is some bad beats. I've taken a few a bad beat in soccer to wake up my mornings, so that's why I tell y'all selves to bulletproof yourself so you don't go through the same misery I go through. All right, or have went through. Yeah, give me Freiburg, Stuttgart. Both teams to score there. Over is a play there too, though. I will say that. Next up, see, this is one. I know I was talking about the spreads. Bayern Munich against Hamburg. Spread is -3.5. That is insane for a soccer game. But one of my takes was they win by 5+. So do we take over 4.5 or Bayern -3.5? Oh man. Yeah. We're gonna take Bayern -3.5, folks. If you can get it to 3, I I'd recommend that because the -3.5 is +115 from what I'm seeing. So if you can get it to 3, there you go, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Do that. Take 3. Take 3 over 3.5. I'll tell you right now, just in case. I mean, they should just rock their shit, but yeah, yeah. What do we got up next? Serie A, UV International. Not you, Siri. Fuck off. Um, this is such a gross game. Give me Juventus on the double chance against Inter Milan. So Juventus will draw. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's two fucking heavyweights going at it. You know, a little bit of a rivalry there. I don't know why Napoli's. I mean, I get it because Fiorentina's probably due for bounce back game. They drew Torino on the road. And they drew Cagliari on the road. It's our home opener. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Do the same thing, which I mean, it's fine because like with odds like this for Napoli's, you do Napoli double chance. Napoli and draw. Trust me. Gotta trust me, folks. That's a late game. French are gonna touch this Monaco game. I mean, Monaco should beat the shit out of them. Yeah, give me Monaco. In League One, I know this may not be the most interesting, but that's why I say y'all can skip the bet bunker if you're not interested. Alright, and then we're just in the Dutch, and the teams I rattled off, I mean, probably just gonna rip. I mean, we're gonna rip. I mean, like, let me do my research. Let's see here. Um, hmm. Let's see over under in this IXPC game. 3.5. Um, mm, mm, mm. Oh, shoot. Give me IX here. IX. Which is Ajax. If you guys are looking at it and don't understand what I'm saying, AJAX. Amsterdam. We got PSV NEC. This is over 3.5 too, eh? PSV just lost and got shut out. Give me the over in this game. Give me the over in the NEC PSV. Over 3.5. The Dutch is probably your highest scoring league as well. You folks will come to see. Pretty chaotic. The overs are pretty high, but it usually happens, especially top of the table teams versus bottom of the table. They knock it out. What do we do here? Feyenoord at home. They've been on the road quite a bit. You see, Drew, go ahead. Boston FC 20 at home. And Groningen. Hey, give me Feyenoord money line. There you go, folks. There's 3-5 leggers for you. I mean, not exactly. I would. Oh, don't know what I just clicked there. Yeah, break it out by time slots, and you don't have to do 5 layers. Don't. I already told you that. I mean, you can do 3, 4, 5 with some of the overs. The both teams scoring the double chances. You'll be all right doing that. Trust me. Yeah. There you go, folks. There's the bet bunker for tonight. got down in here. We got hot and sweaty. We got it figured out. Um, yeah, ready to roll for tomorrow, folks. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. I do have one other thing to show you guys, which I think is fucking hilarious. Tweet of the day, current topic, segment, whatever you want to say. And hey, we saw a whole bunch of crazy shit last year. Guys saying he'd eat dog shit if FSU lost, which was basically a curse on them. A couple other crazy ones, a 5-layer beefy burrito up the ass. All that crazy stuff. And we got another one of those. And it's my tweet of the day for today. So, without further ado, here you go, folks. There we go, yep. So, locked on Big 12, America's Conference at LO Big 12. If TCU loses to SMU, I'll put this up my butt. He's referring to TCU Athletics tweet. So much hot dog chatter, might as well introduce the half-acre Korean corn dog in section 109. A hot dog plus mozzarella cheese combo dipped in ube batter, fried in panko, dusted with ube powder, and drizzled with a sweet and spicy honey. Try it this weekend and get back to us on your thoughts. So, TCU, your season's on the line right now. Locked on Big 12. You gotta own up to it, man. They lose that thing. And if you guys are watching the video and you see this thing, it is not pleasant looking. It is not something that I would eat. Looks like something that would more so come out of your ass than go up in it. But, yeah. Hey, that's the tweet of the day. And last but not least, last topic of the day, song of the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed the first couple. I'm going to be rolling them out every stream. I got a Rolodex of music. And, yeah, I'm going to give it all I got. I continue to find more. Music never stops. It's one thing I think everybody loves. Hey, I always like finding new music. I hope you all do the same. And the song of today is another one of my all-time favorite artists, right up there with Mac Miller. Probably my 1A and 1B. This guy's at Mac Miller, and it's Dave Matthews Band. Got the cup right here. You guys have been seeing me drink out of. The logo on it. And the song, there's a million of them. I have his whole discography basically downloaded, ready to listen to, but we're in a Dancing Nancy's mood today. So we're going Dave Matthews Band, Dancing Nancy's. That's the song of the day. If you guys have ever heard it before, yeah, you know the vibe of it then. If you haven't heard of it before, I hope you enjoy it. Listen to some more of Dave Matthews Band. Y'all might have your own opinions. It is what it is. But I enjoy it. One of my favorite songs by him. Not my favorite. We'll get to that down the road with the song of the day. But yeah, that's it, folks. That's all we got for today. We'll be back tomorrow night recapping all of college football. Looking forward to some NFL Sunday. And get into a couple other things. Until then, y'all, keep it real. Peace and love.